Hello everyone, this is Payal Vaja. Welcome to Pharma Desert. In this video, we will discuss about pharmaceutical legislation part 2. So let's get started. First of all, scope and objective of legislation. So the following pharmaceutical legislation and actions of the central government that can be traced to the above recommendations. Like first one, Drug Act 1940, which regulate the import, manufacturing, distribution and sale of drug substance. The Drug Rule 1945, which gives effect to the provision of the Act. So, Drug Act 1940. What is the role of Drug Act 1940? Which regulate import, export, manufacturing, distribution, and sale of drug substance. And drug rules in 1945, it should be modified. In second one, the Pharmacy Act 1948. So, what is the role of Pharmacy Act 1948? Which regulate the profession and practice of pharmacy. And education regulation prescribed the minimum qualification for registration as pharmacist. So second act that is obtained after Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940, that is a Pharmacy Act 1948. And what is the role of Pharmacy Act 1948? They regulate the profession as well as practice of pharmacy, while education regulation, which prescribe the minimum qualification, it should be required for registration as a pharmacist. Second one, drug testing laboratories that have been set up at the state and central government. So, drug testing laboratories, it should be set up at state government as well as central government level. And the advisory board, that is DTAB and DCC, have been set up. Advisory board, that is DTAB, that is a drug technical advisory board, while DCC, that is a drug consultative committee. So, drug technical advisory board and drug consultative committee, both are set up, and both are advisory body. According to their name, they give advice on any technical matters. Second one, the manufacturing of Ayurvedic, Siddha, Unani and homeopathic medicines that have been brought under DNC Act. So what about the manufacturing of any drug substance, like manufacturing of any Ayurvedic, Siddha, Unani as well as homeopathic medicines? All the medicines, it should be manufactured under DNC Act 1940 and 1945. So registration of all the drugs and formulation they sold in India. So registration of any drug substance and any formulation, it should be sold in India. An Indian pharmacopoeia has been developed and revised. So Indian pharmacopoeia that has been developed and it is revised yearly. So Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia that are being developed. So the basic element of drug legislation are outlined as follows. So Indian pharmacopoeia, it should be developed and it should be revised at 5 year or 2 year. So Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia that are being developed. So what are the basic elements of drug legislation? So that are outlined as follows. First one, part 1, that is general provisions. In general provisions, title, purpose, extent, application of other laws, not repealed and definitions. So all are about general provision of laws. So in general provisions, first of all, you have to mention title, purpose, extent of act, application of other laws that are not repealed or cancelled, and definitions of act. That is about general purpose or general provision, part 1. All are the basic element of drug legislation. Second one, part 2. So part 2, that is the specific provisions and specific provision. First one, that is a control of import of drug substance. Second one, control of export of drug substance. Control of manufacturing of any dosage form. Control of distribution, storage and sale of drug substance. Control of advertising of drugs. Labeling of drug in general as well as specific way. So the basic element of drug legislation that are outlined as follows in first one, part 1, that is general provision, while part 2, that is particular for specific provisions. In specific provisions, control the import of drug substance, as well as controlling of export of drug substance, as well as control on manufacturing of drug substance, control on the distribution, storage, and sale of drug product, control on the advertisement of any drug substance, as well as labeling of drug in general way, as well as labeling of drug in a special way. Drug registration and deregistration, that is one type of specific provision. Imposition of registration fees, drug for veterinary use, as well as if drug that is useful for any animals. So you have to mention drug for veterinary use, as well as drug recall procedures and scheduling of drug substance. So drug that is recall, if drug substance which produce a maximum adverse effect to any human being. So in that case, drug substance it should be recalled. So what are the drug recall procedure? And second one, what is the scheduling of drugs? So various schedules that are available for drug substance, like Schedule A to Schedule Y. So scheduling of drug substance, that is all the topics. It should be included in Part 2. That is the specific provisions. Next one, Part 3. Basic elements of drug legislation, part 3, that is a drug control administration. In drug control administration, first one, that is organization and function. So in drug control administration, what about organization and function? In organization and functions, central administrative body that is available. Second one, that is a drug registration board or committee that is available. Third one, that is a inspectorate services that is available. And fourth one, laboratory analytical service like CDL, Central Drug Laboratory, that is available. And what about or what is the role of laboratory service? They give the they perform the analysis of any dosage form or sample. And next one, that is a regulatory services. And last one, public relation and consumer affairs departments. So all are the about drug control administration. First part of drug control administration, that is organization and functions. So in organization functions, various types that is available. So drug control administration, organization function, that is laboratory services, drug control administration, which provide inspectorate services, central administrative body, as well as drug registration board or committee, laboratory otherwise analytical services, that is also provided by drug control administration, regulatory services that is provided by drug control administration, and last one, any public relations and consumer affairs department, all are the provided with the help of drug control administration. Second one, prohibition, offences, penalties, and legal procedure. That is done with the help of drug control administration. Third one, power to make a rules and regulations. Fourth one, that is exception from the provision of law. And last one, that is repeals or revoke or cancel of other laws or regulations. So that is about drug control administration. So first of all, we already see scope and objectives. In scope and objectives, Drug Act 1940, which regulate the import, manufacturing, distribution, and sale of product, while in Pharmacy Act 1948, which regulate the profession and practice of pharmacy, as well as education regulation, which prescribe the minimum qualification for registration as pharmacist. Remaining scope and objectives like drug testing laboratories, that is set up at state and central government level, while advisory board DTAB and DCC have been set up, and manufacturing of any Ayurvedic, Siddha and Unani drug product that have been brought under DNC Act, while registration of all the drug and formulation it should be sold in India. And last one, an Indian pharmacopoeia that has been developed and revised. So Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia that are being developed. So the basic element of drug legislation that are as follows. First one, that is part 1, that is about general provisions. So in general provisions, title, purpose, as well as extent of act, definitions of act, and application of other laws, they not revoke. Second one, part 2, basic element of drug legislation, part 2, that is the specific provision. In specific provision, various specific provisions that are available as a basic element of drugs legislation. First one, that is control of import of drug substance, as well as control on the export of drug substance, control on the manufacturing of any dosage form, control on the distribution, storage, as well as sale of any drug substance, control on the advertisement of drug substance, as well as labeling of any drug in a general as well as specific way, drug registration as well as deregistration, imposition of registration fees, drug particularly for veterinary use, drug recall procedure and scheduling of drug. And last portion, that is part 3, that is a drug control administration. In drug control administration, first portion, that is a organization and function. So what are the organization and function of drug control administration? First one, that is central administrative body. Second one, that is drug registration board. Third one, that is inspectorate services, laboratory otherwise analytical services, and regulatory services. All are the functions that is performed by drug control administration. Next one, that is prohibition, offenses, penalties and legal procedure that should be conducted with the help of drug control administration, as well as that have a power to make rules and regulation regarding this act, and the exception from the provision of law. Last one, they revoke or cancel other laws or regulation. That is about basic element of drug legislation. What about the evaluation of drugs law? In evaluation of drugs law, in India, there are two types of drug law. First one is the pre-constitution laws, and second one, that is post-constitution law. So according to their name, in pre-constitution law, the laws that were passed before the independence, that means a law that were passed before the 1947, and in pre-constitution laws, the state government are empowered to make a changes as their requirements with prior assessment or a permission of the president. So in pre-constitution law that were passed before the independence 1947, in pre-constitution law, state government have a power to make any changes if it is required with the permission of president. So there are four such types of act, that is pre-constitution law. So first one, that is Opium Act 1857 and Opium Act 1878. Both are the pre-constitution law, and that is now deleted. Second one, Dangerous Act 1930, that was now deleted. And last one, Drug and Cosmetic Act, that is 1940, 1949, 1950, up 1951, 1955, 1960, 62, 64, as well as 1972, 1982, 1986, and last one 1995. So last one, that is modified in 1995. What about post-constitution law? So according to their name, the law that is passed after the independence, so any law that is passed after 1947, that are known as post-constitution law and as per Indian constitution. So the state government that are not empowered to make any changes. So in post-constitution law, state government have not any power to make any changes regarding law. So such type of act are as follow. So what are the example of post-constitution law? First one, Pharmacy Act 1948. Second one, Drug and Magic Remedies Act 1954. The Medicinal and Toilet Preparation Act 1955 and 1976. The Drug Price Control Order 1966, 1970, 1969, 1987 and 1995. Next one, a Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971 and 1975. It is modified. And last one, the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Drug Substance Act, that is 1985. So all are the example of post-constitution law. So what is Drug Price Control Order 1966, 1970? So first of all, DPCO, Drug Price Control Order, that is constituted in 1966, and after 1966 that is modified in 1970. After that, that is modified in 1987, like that. So that is about pre-constitution law and post-constitution law. If any query or doubts related to topic, please write your questions in comment box. Thank you.